So, guys, it is a huge weekend in the NFL. We have reached the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs. The wild card is here. It has been a great NFL season, uber competitive, and we are here with our wild card picks. Let's start in the AFC. We'll start with the 5 versus the 4, the Browns and the Texans. JT, we'll start with you.
Man, I love this game. You talk about two teams that you thought had really no chance to be here in the preseason. The Texans coming in with some great rookies, 2 top 5 picks right there. The Browns really curious on what was going to happen with Deshaun Watson. He stayed injured most of the year. They bring in the resurgence of Flacco. This is going to be a fun game to watch. In the end, I think these rookies are going to get to be proud of something that they pulled together this year. They're going to pull out the win over old man Flacco. Texans are going to take it to the next round, but they're not going to take it much further than that.
Bubba.
You know, in golf, there was the legend of Tiger Woods on Sunday. Tiger Woods in the red shirt. Ultimate Tiger. He played his best on Sunday. The NFL equivalent of that is Joe Flacco in the playoffs. That man goes from a good quarterback to an elite quarterback every time he enters elimination games in the playoffs. And he has found lightning in a bottle again with the Cleveland Browns. They have one of the best defenses in the league. Flacco is slinging it like he's 20 years younger, has elite receivers around him. I'm not betting against Joe Flacco in the playoffs. I'm not betting against the Cleveland Browns right now. It feels dirty to say it. Give me the Cleveland Browns to advance to the next level, baby.
You broke Cleveland Rocks in there.
Quarterback number like 86 in the last 20 years for the Cleveland Browns. Takes them to the playoffs, may take them all the way to the Super Bowl. Cleveland Rocks. Cleveland Rocks.
There we go.
I'm impressed that you brought out Ultimate Tiger. I have not heard Ultimate Tiger since the Cyber Tiger video game, which was on, I believe, PS2, maybe maybe regular PlayStation, but you didn't want a piece of Ultimate Tiger. He was unbeatable. All right, I'm going to go Texans. I'm going to align here with JT. You know, hey, the Browns got the best of them, but CJ Stroud did not play in that game. CJ Stroud's back. They got a little magic going. I'm going to go with the Texans. All right, let's move down to a matchup that is, wow, how did we get here? And that's 5 straight victories for the Bills and the Steelers having to put together a win streak to get into the playoffs. We're going to go with the number 2 seed, the Buffalo Bills, and the number 7 seed, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bubba, let's start with you.
First of all, Pittsburgh, just stop. Just stop with the fire Mike Tomlin crap. That the man has never had a losing season. He once again takes you to the playoffs. Just stop. The grass ain't greener than the other side. Mike Tomlin is in the conversation for one of the greatest NFL coaches of all time. He's a fantastic coach. Stop with it. That being said, Pittsburgh, it ain't your year. You're still unsettled at the quarterback position. You still got some improvements that need to be made. You're just not quite to the level to get you to the Super Bowl, but coaching has gotten you to where you are. The Buffalo Bills, the gunslinger, is going to take it out again. Give me the Bills. I just don't think it's going to be a close one.
JT.
You know, when I look at the Bills season, there's not been more of a roller coaster of a season that I've seen out there. And even the fans with Josh Allen and the patience around this team. But they really pulled it together here at the end. I mean, there was a point, I think around week 12 or so, where they had less than a 19% chance to make the playoffs. The Bills to not even make the playoffs. But Josh Allen did what he did. He rolled up his sleeves. He started slinging that thing. And it doesn't always look pretty out there, but he pulled off the wins. The Steelers, on the other hand, you know, they're rolling out there with Mason Randolph. TJ Watt's hurt. Best thing I saw all week was JJ Watt in a TJ jersey and saying, you think they notice? Because let's be honest, what's brought and wielded this Steelers team into the playoffs is their defense. And it has been a stellar defense that has just really lifted up a limping offense. And when you lose TJ Watt, you lose the cornerstone of that defense. You really just have to say, this was a win that we made the playoffs. It's our last win of the year because Josh Allen and the Bills are making their march to the Super Bowl, and it starts with the Steelers.
Ooh, okay. Well, hey, look, PTI correction. It's Mason Rudolph, not Randolph. And let me tell you a little bit something about that guy. I'm I'm real impressed with what he's been able to put together at the end of the season. He saved the Steelers from having a losing season. The streak continues with Tomlin, but here's where it ends. The Steelers do just enough to come in on a broken wheel to make it into the playoffs. Losing TJ Watt, I don't see it. Bills, I'm going Bills. I want to see the Bills go deep. All right, guys, let's keep it. Last game in the AFC, exciting one here. It is the Tyreek Hill homecoming with the Chiefs at the 3 seed and the Dolphins at the 6 seed. JT, we'll start with you.
This game's being played there in Kansas City, and I'm out west here. We're looking at some -10, -8 degree weather coming in this weekend. It's going to be cold. Saw a fun stat that said Tua has never won a game in under 40-degree weather. I mean, everything's stacking up against this Dolphins team. Everything. Everyone loves Mahomes. You've got the Swifty magic there with Kelsey. But let me tell you something, brother. This is not the Chiefs' year. This is not a Chiefs team that's going to make a march. Miami, Tua, Tyreek Hill, all these people that keep getting doubted week in and week out are going to run the magic that is Mike McDaniels there on the coaching. He's going to have a fantastic game plan. He's going to say, I don't care what the weather is. Dan Marino, we're coming for your records. We're taking this win over the Chiefs. Give me the Dolphins, baby.
Bubba.
The Peacock Bowl, which may be the lowest viewed game in the history of the NFL, just because they put it on the streaming platform. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be snowy. It's going to be deep, deep snow from a tropical team in Miami, the warmest team of the year. And Jansen, it does come down at this level, not just to the weather, but it comes down to the one Miami receiver that everyone should be talking about. I'm not talking about Tyreek here. I'm talking about Chase Claypool, the ultimate bad luck charm. The Steelers got rid of him. They got great. The Bears got him. They lost every single game until they got rid of him, and then they shipped him over to Miami, where Miami has had a losing record ever since he's been there. For God's sakes, cut the man before the game even begins to get rid of that bad luck charm. You can do it. I promise you it's going to be for the best interest of the team. Other than that, the speed is wonderful, but you know what slows down a high-octane, pure-oiled offense is the cold freezing everything up. Give me the Chiefs because of the weather.
All right, guys. Well, do you really think that the NFL script writers are going to allow the Dolphins to sneak away with the victory? It's all playing out the way that they wanted it to. Bubba alluded to snow. We're going to slow them down. Hey, this game's already happened once, right? And the Chiefs snuck out in a game of almost zero offense, right? It was in London. They had the travel hangover. I get it.
Actually, I think, wasn't it?
Okay, Germany. It was across the pond. We'll put it over there. But the scriptwriters are not going to allow this to happen. There's too much of a demographic for the NFL to gain. We'll get into that a little bit later. I'm going Chief. The Swifties, they advance.